Hello and welcome back to the Xbox Hut. While people may continue to lambaste Microsoft for buying Rare from Nintendo and ruining it, blah blah blah, it seems they didn't let everything go to waste. Not everyone seems to realize that Microsoft has revived Killer Instinct for the Xbox One, and it continues to go barely noticed despite its growth into a rather substantial fighter that people should not be missing. With the coming of the final character, I finally decided to return to Killer Instinct and look over its Season 2 DLC. All 9 characters also come with their own stages, bringing the total number of stages to 17, an impressive number for a smaller fighting game. Regardless, it's the fighters that Season 2 brings that really crank up the intensity and variety. And when I say variety, I mean that in both a good way and a bad way. They've brought some new blood to the roster, and they play and handle so differently than each other that it's both refreshing and also a chore. You see, to learn some of these new characters, I had to actually temporarily turn the difficulty down from normal just to learn them because they have seriously deeper mechanics that go beyond just combos. In this way, I have to give credit where credit is due for being bold, but also fault this because it requires serious time investment to get a grip on these new characters. If you're used to Season 1 characters, prepare to have no clue what you're doing with some Season 2 characters until you spend some serious time learning them. Additionally, they added a more robust story mode for Season 2 characters, and while nothing compared to Mortal Kombat X in the storytelling department, it's a fair but unimpressive attempt, having bare-bones cutscenes and some loading screen storyboarding. They've also added this admittedly cooler than I thought Shadow Labs metagame. You basically create a shadow that plays like you, kind of like Drivatars drive like you, and let it go out and fight. It's not a bad distraction and a good investment of time for those itching to get every penny out of Killer Instinct. They've also added in a friendly reminder to respect the dead. Robot. Since the development of Killer Instinct moved from Double Helix to Iron Galaxy, some big changes occurred. If you haven't played since Season 1, the entire interface has changed. Of course, in terms of bigger changes, one of the biggest is the upgrade from 720p to 900p along with other subtle enhancements. One only needs to put 2 Kyle-level CPUs against one another and watch the alpha effect fireworks in 60 frames per second to realize that this is quite a feat. The other big change is far more accessible accessories. You can still buy them, but they can simply be unlocked by playing the character a lot. Though I do need to emphasize a lot. That's still a nice change though, because before, accessories were monumentally time-consuming to unlock, somewhat shoehorning you into buying them. There are other minor changes too, to both character balancing and online game modes. Expect some big downloads if you're just now going to jump into Season 2, because a lot has changed. Normally, it seems only Nintendo does DLC right with the recent exception of Smash Bros. And on the flip side, Microsoft is seen as greedy. Well, I'm here to tell you that is not the case here. I have put in a meager $40 so far and have received every penny's worth. By the time I've paid $60 for this game when Season 3 hits, I will have bought a properly full game. That means Killer Instinct isn't a DLC nightmare, but instead will be a full game that's been spread out. Instead of feeling ripped off, I look at what I've gotten for my money and recognize that it was both planned out and properly fleshed out rather than being hastily thrown together in an attempt to cash in on the franchise like many believe. Long story short, if you're a Killer Instinct fan and you want in on the newest entry, it's solid, diverse, well-priced, and worth every penny. While it's still weak in the story aspect, no thanks to the phenomenal work done by Mortal Kombat X, and its new characters are both refreshing but unfortunately not easily accessible, I can't help but recommend this game to fighting fans. I give the Killer Instinct Season 2 DLC an 8.5 out of 10.
That was too much fun! Supreme victory!
That's it for today. Subscribe for more Xbox One content patched into your brain. I'll see you next time on the Xbox Hut.